Happy Halloween! I'm Asher and welcome to my channel. I was sick with mono the entire month of July and the only thing I did was play Pokemon Heart Gold. So one of my major costumes for this Halloween is Trainer Red in his Pokemon Heart Gold fit. Today we're going to be ranking all the plants in the Gardening with Argos series, but first, an announcement. We have Mr. Plant plushies now. I'm sure there's a good chance all of you have already seen these, but in case you haven't, I now have Mr. Plant plushies with Makeship. You can get one yourself, go check it out, I have the link in the bio, and yeah, he is absolutely adorable. The back of him is adorable, the sides of him are adorable, the feet of him are adorable, everything is absolutely perfect, the petals are insane. So yeah, go check him out. I want him to be in the video, but he can't get into frame, so he's here, you just can't see him. I'll also link in the description of this video the tier list we're gonna use for the ranking.
If you're extremely lost right now, I have a series called Gardening with Argos that's on YouTube Shorts and also has compilations on my channel, and it is a spin-off of a series called The World of Mr. Plant. Both of them are on my YouTube channel. Also, if my hat ever covers my eyes in this video, just imagine that my eyes are staring deeply into your soul, making perfect eye contact.
So I tried to make each of the tiers a plant theme. At the very top we have Evergreen, then we have In Season, in the middle is Wildflower, then we have Needs Water, and then we have Wilting. I didn't want to absolutely crap on all these plants because I am actually proud of pretty much all of them. So I'm gonna try to be objective and not be too biased, but we'll see what happens because, you know, I'm not exactly an objective source. So basically, Evergreen is the plants that are literally perfect in every way. I could not improve upon them. They're classics. In Season, I kind of think of as in season, they're good, but there's maybe not that extra zhazhazhing. Wildflower is kind of just your run-of-the-mill, you could find it anywhere. Needs Water is it was almost there, but not quite. And then Wilting, it's maybe I should have come up with a different plant. First off, we're ranking with the Eye Flower, which I don't know if I even gave a name in the original video. The design of this flower is a classic. It's kind of like what you think of when you think of a Dream Core flower. I felt like of the original 3 plants in the original Gardening with Argos series, it is by far the strongest one. And because of that, I think we're gonna start off strong by putting it in Evergreen. I literally love that flower, I use it all the time, and I think it's amazing. So next we have the Tendril Flower, and I have a lot of mixed opinions about the Tendril Flower. Because on the one hand, I really like the concept, but on the other hand, I hate the design. I hate what I did. I feel like it looked so cheesy, and I think if I was to do it now, it looks so much better. With a lot of my series, it starts off as being I'm proud of the beginning, I think it looks great at first, but almost all of my plants I make, all my content, improves along as time goes on. I get better and better, I spend more and more time, and because people are watching my content, then I feel okay about spending that time, so because of that, I feel like I need to put it in Needs Water. I feel like the concept is great, but the design I feel could have been better. So the Heart Flower is what I think it's called. I bet you guys know all the names of the flowers better than I do, but my thing about the Heart Flower is that I feel like the Heart Flower is the worst of its type. I always have these plants in a lot of my Gardening with Argos series that are very cute, harmless, feel-good plants, and the Heart Flower is one of those, but I feel like it's the weakest one of those plants. I feel like it could have been just way better, personally. So because of that, because I think that the Heart Flower could be better and isn't, I'm gonna put it in, I'm gonna put it in Wilting. Okay. Next we have the Walker. The Walker in concept is an absolutely perfect, I love the concept. The way the Walker looks I feel like if I were to do it now, it would look a lot better, but I still feel like it looks pretty decent, and I love the concept. The Walker was kind of what set the whole vibe of Gardening with Argos in my mind, and because of that, the Walker is in season. We got the Friendship Flower next. The Friendship Flower is adorable. I love the line. I think it's oh, this flower will never hate you, will never judge you. I love that. I think that's so funny and so fun. Design-wise, I feel like it's pretty basic, and I feel like I could have spent more time making it unique and making it look better, but I still feel like it's a pretty nice flower. I like the whole clip with the friendship flower just makes me feel good, and I like the friendship flower, and I still include the friendship flower when I like shoot stuff now because I just like the vibe, and I honestly think the simplicity kind of works for it. I'm like arguing with myself right now, and I feel like maybe I was too hard on the friendship flower at first. I'm gonna put it in season. I like the friendship flower. So, next we have the organ plant. I love the organ plant's concept. I like the design alright. I think the design looks nice. I had like a lot of different organs for the organ plant. Like you could grow a lot of different types of organs, and because of that, I do think the organ flower kind of, I feel like I should put it, should I put it in evergreen? I'm gonna put it in season. I'm trying to be objective here, I'm trying to be hard on myself, so because of that, I'm gonna put it in season. Alright, now we are on to the flower that knows all the secrets of the universe. So the thing about this flower is that it's cut out of the world's darkest fabric, which you can buy on Amazon, which I feel like you shouldn't be able to buy that on Amazon. Like I feel like it should be a thing that's a little harder to come by, but I was able to buy it. It had a little message at the end, and I love that you guys always do such a great job whenever I leave little clues of like diving into it. Sometimes I wonder if it's because like my fan base overcrosses with a lot of other fan bases that have deep lore to them. I'm like, should I put it in season or should I give it the evergreen? This is so hard. I think I'm gonna put it in season. It's still a good one though. I really like the flower that knows all the secrets of the universe. A+. The fearful flower actually started an interesting trend with Gardening with Argos, because the fearful flower is the first plant I created that had stop motion animation in it. And I remember people absolutely freaking out when I first posted it. I think now obviously I do such intense animation, but I think the way it looks is really beautiful. Like I really love how this flower looks. I like the face it makes when it's terrified and the face it makes when it's not terrified. I think I really like them, and I'm proud of this flower, so I'm putting it in evergreen. The meat flower is next. This flower to me is kind of like when I think of like, what would a dream core flower be like? I think of the meat flower. Like the meat flower to me is like an instant like classic. I've had references to the meat flower in other videos. I just think the meat flower is so great. If it's not broke, don't fix it. This one's going in evergreen too. So next we have the most beautiful plant in the entire world. People got mad when this video came out because everyone was like, Argos thinks this is the most beautiful flower in the world? What about Mr. Plant? And to that, all I gotta say is, Mr. Plant is the most beautiful flower in the entire world. Because of that, I'm gonna put it under wildflower, because also I feel like the joke of this flower I felt like was more on the walker than it was on this flower. So, next up we got the copycat flower. This flower, I thought the design was super cool because it was super different than what I normally do. I loved getting to take different parts of like plastic plants and using them together and not just doing paper, because I pretty much just do paper most of the time. And so I absolutely adored getting to experiment with this. I like the idea, I like the concept, I thought it was cool. I don't know if I really immediately think of it when I think of gardening with Argos, like it's not the first thing that comes to my mind. And because of that, I do want to put it in wildflower. Wildflower is kind of like the section for the plants that are very pretty and very nice, but I'm not like obsessed with them personally. So I think that's where this flower goes. The advice flower is next, and I think I made a joke in the magazine about how the advice flower is a great like replacement father figure, which I really loved, and I do like the advice flower. It was the first time I used animation to make the flower talk, and because of that, I think it came out freaking amazing. Like, I think this flower, the animation just looks really good, and because of that, I will be putting it in evergreen where it belongs. The portal plant is next, and the portal plant's design is... I'm mixed about it, to say the least. But I do like the portal plant overall. Like, I like the concept. Just the design looks very American. A lot of people commented and was like, oh, it's the America plant. And I feel like because of that, I need to put it in Needs Water. Needs Water is a section where the concept was great, but I think I needed a little bit more time to expand on it. The Two-Faced flower is next, and personally, I really like the Two-Faced flower. With the Two-Faced flower, I really like designing roots. I thought that was really cool, and I haven't gotten to do it since. I'm going to put the Two-Faced flower into In Season, I think. So next up we have the baby flower. When I came up with this idea for this flower, I knew in my heart that it was very similar to the Mr. Plant episode where he kills all the flowers who are being too loud. But I also felt like this time I could do it better, and I do feel like I did it better. I do like it. I think it came out cute. You know what? I'll put it in Wildflower. The Cry Fruit is next, and I think the Cry Fruit was very fun to make. I liked getting to do something different. I liked that the face was on the fruit, and because of that, I think I'm gonna put it in season. I don't really know what else to say about it. Like, it was a cool plant. I really liked it. I might choose a different color because it was so yellow, it made everything else blue. When you notice me using specific colors in videos, like, I'm sure you notice I wear a lot of green. It's because there's certain colors that make the camera quality and the video quality look really good, and I haven't figured out how to fix that. So next up we have, I believe it's called the Dream Flower. The design for this flower is top tier. This is one of the flowers, just like the eye flower, the first flower in this, like the first flower I ranked, where the design is like instant classic for me. Like, I love to use this flower in other episodes of Mr. Plant. I love to give it a little guest appearance because I just love how it looks so much. And I also did love the concept, so I am gonna put it in Evergreen because it deserves that. It is top tier. By the way, I noticed that all of these aren't in order. I thought when I uploaded them they were in order of like Gardening with Argos 1, Part 2, Part 3, Part 4, but for some reason they all got separated, so I don't know what to say about that. Also, sorry if my energy is all over the place. I literally I drank so much coffee today. I've been doing so much stuff. I'm psyched right now. Like, I'm going crazy. So, yeah. So next up, I have the mushrooms that are the pets of people that live in the void. The animation for this, I love. I think these mushrooms look beautiful. I love these mushrooms. This little clip of the mushrooms all blinking their eyes is one of my favorite clips I've ever made in the series, and because of that, I'm putting it in Evergreen too. You can see how biased I am by this point because I have so much stuff up in the top section and not enough stuff in the bottom, but that's gonna change with this next one. Now, this plant that's actually an animal, I love the concept, but the design is not even slightly interesting to me. I could have done so much more with this design. I've thought about redoing this design so many times. Because of that, I'm gonna put it in Needs Water. Great concept, weird design. The Immortal flower is, the way it looks is incredible. I love the story with it. I think it's very fun. The one thing when I was filming it is I wanted to show a person decaying, but I wasn't sure if I could make that mask and make it look good, but that's not on the flower at all. That's on me. So because of that, I think I'm going to put the flower in Evergreen. Next up, we have the Babbling flower, the flower that Argos hates. And I hate it too, so it's going in Wilting. Just kidding, I will put it in season. I love this flower. I like the fact that Argos did not like it, did not want to be around it. I thought that was really cool, so. And now we have the 3 flowers from the most recent video. For some reason, these are in backwards order. But first up, we have the Whispering flower. And I think the Whispering flower is very adorable, but I do think it's a wildflower. I really do like how it looks. I think it's adorable. I think it's pretty. But I do think it's just I feel like it fits in this category. The wildflower category is not for plants that are bad. Like, I love the wildflower category. In fact, pretty much all these plants I really like. Not you, but most of them. You know what's crazy is I keep looking at this flower in Wilting and I start to feel so bad for it. I'm like, maybe I should just put it in Needs Water. Like, I'm literally feeling bad for the flower I made, because I'm like, it's got a cute little heart smile. Like, I shouldn't put it in wilting. Like, I'm looking at it and I'm like,
Asher,
who said that?
it's me, Heartflower. All I do is spread joy and hearts to people. Don't you think I deserve a higher category?
Next, we've got the Fright Flower. The design for this is top tier. The animation is top tier. I love this flower, and I love Argos' interaction with it. It goes in evergreen. This flower slaps. And then finally, we've got the white mushrooms. I think these mushrooms are very cool. I love the fact I got to wear a gas mask because of that plot line. And I think the animation for them is pretty decent, but I am just gonna put them in season because I think that's where they belong. Alright, and there you have it. This is my official tier list. I didn't put anything in wilting, and clearly I'm extremely biased because look at how many are up at the top. But I had such a good time doing this. This was incredible, and I really loved this whole experience. So I am gonna link this so you can do it yourself. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video and continuing to support me. It means the absolute heckin' world to me, and just, I hope you have a wonderful Halloween. I hope you guys do a lot of crazy stuff that's also safe. Stay safe, and you can check out the Mr. Plant plushie down below. So yeah, have a rad-ass time, and I love you all.